All right, just got out of Jiu-Jitsu class and I got a submission on my, I don't know, 4th degree black belt instructor, kind of. What I mean by that is I actually did get a submission that I was pretty happy with. It was a great armbar from guard, stuff I've been working. That's good. But one of the things I thought about immediately after was that at the beginning of that interaction, I said, it was my second, like, we were doing drills. I was cold. He'd been there for an hour. Everybody else had been there for an hour. So everybody was already sweating when I came into class. And I said, hey, let's, do you mind taking it easy with me? He's got a bit of an injured knee. I know that. I have an injured shoulder. I had a knee surgery a while back. So sometimes, I just need to warm up slow. I always need a warm up round or two. And so after I submitted him, I thought, man, I really hope I didn't communicate poorly with him on this. Like, I really hope that he doesn't feel he was deceived, because there's this interesting thing that happens, and I don't want to be guilty of this pattern, but so some people I roll with, my buddy Brad, when I roll with Brad, he's about my age. We're both, he's maybe 40, I'm 39, getting ready to turn 40. We both have done martial arts for our whole lives, and so we have injuries everywhere, and are kind of getting back into shape. And when we roll, we usually say, like, hey, let's warm up together. We do a 5-minute round together, and in that round, there's a real clear physical communication between us, and it starts out easy. I don't care if he submits me, he doesn't care, but we usually don't go for a submission. But around minute 2, we push a little bit harder. We start putting a little bit more top pressure, a little bit more squeeze on everything. And we ramp that up to where at the end of the round, we're kind of sweating a little bit. We're trying to break a sweat, and nobody gives a shit if we get submitted in the first round. Like, we're going to give and take a little bit. And then in the second round, we'll usually be like, all right, let's go. We'll slap bump and go. So there's a physical communication that takes place that when I say let's warm up together, he and I both know what that means. It's not that way with everybody. And so we're in sync. And with my coach, I don't think we're always in sync like that. And so when I say, hey, I need a warm-up round, then we start going, I'm expecting that we kind of feel each other out. And that at some point, if I guess here's the concern with me being introspective. Do I have a pattern of saying, hey, let's warm up with somebody who's better than me, like my coach? I've submitted him once, realistically once in the 6 years I've been there, like a real submission that I can think of. So did I in that moment think, let's go easy, and then we go 30, 45 seconds, and then I kind of get to a good position and I ramp it up? Is that what happened? Because I know that once I got to that submission, like, I squeezed in and I finished that thing, the way I thought about it in my head was, I'm not like ripping you, pulling full force. I'm not trying to hold on to grips really tight. I'm not trying to break down your body in any way. But if I get you out of position, I in that case, I took the submission. So this is a question I'm pondering for myself. And I talked to my wife on the way home about it and said, I don't really care about the submission of my coach. I care that we're friends for a very long time. And I don't want there to be a miscommunication that in some way, that he feels that I have a pattern of being deceptive, of being like, oh, let's go easy. Now, in reality, when I compete, that's how I play. When I'm actually competing, when I'm saying, hey, I'm trying to win, I'll say, oh man, I'm not very good. And then I like to play that game, play possum a little bit. But that's part of my nature. And so my concern is, does my nature come out when we're just being friendly and we're not trying to win, we're trying to learn together and push each other a little bit? I don't want deception to be a part of that interaction where it's confusing to somebody. So as I talked to my wife about it, she said, I don't like when we say, hey, let's go light together, because there's ambiguity in that comment. What does it mean to go light with you? Does it mean I can't really go for the submission when I got it, but then you do? That doesn't feel fair. And I totally agree with her. So I'm trying to figure out what is a way to say, let's go light together, and decrease the ambiguity. Make it so that I can say, hey, coach, maybe take it easy on me. But then maybe I have to say, I'm going to let you have the sub this round. Or maybe I don't even say that. Maybe I just agree to that. If I ask somebody to go light with me, I'm not going to submit them. End of story. So there's never this question. Again, my end goal, I want to be friends with you later. I want to be a good rolling partner to you. So how do I decrease the ambiguity in cases where there's not just a sync. With my buddies, that we just see eye to eye, our bodies, the way we interact makes sense together. There doesn't seem to always be that ambiguity. And my coach is my buddy too, but we don't see that. Like, he has a different approach to things that doesn't seem like it always syncs with how my brain is thinking about things. And I don't want there to be that risk. So anyways, I don't have an answer. I'm just being thoughtful about what does it look like to not have ambiguity in that discussion, because in reality, I do need 5 minutes for my body to warm up. I need you to push me a little bit, and I don't want there to be that pain. So do I just say, hey, I'm just going to play defense here, and like, I'm going to defend as hard as I can, like, but maybe I don't even need to say that, maybe I just need to do that and not say anything about it in the cases where we're doing a drill or we're doing something like that. So I'm sure it'll warrant more thought. Maybe I'll come back with something in the future, just sharing some jiu-jitsu thoughts.